up, people? Welcome to the first episode of the Prophecies. Let me know if my mic levels is good, man. Can everybody hear me? Say something in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button. Let me know what's the word. Let me see who's all rocking and rolling tonight. Like I was saying, this is the first episode of the Prophecies. We're going to discuss if somebody cheated, does the reason matter? What's up, Diana? What's up, Janine? What's up, Tara? What's up, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Is my levels good? Is everything good? Because I might have to take this mic off. Man. All right, let me see. All right, can y'all hear me good now? What's up? What's the word, people? Is the audio good now? Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, man. All right, people. So we're going to be doing why they cheated. Does it matter? Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all answer, is it yay or nay? Does it matter? Would you want to know the reason why they cheated? And let me see where y'all want to begin, man. I put this question on. What's up, Tina Renee? I see you in the chat. I put this question on my Facebook page. I'm gonna say maybe a couple of weeks ago. And I was asking this question because I be watching a lot of relationship shows and dating shows and things of that nature. What I'm watching now is Marriage at First Sight. So I like to watch these shows because it gives you like it shows a mirror where you can see other people's behaviors and perspectives and things of that nature, so you can get a better understanding on the what's and whys and how relationships work. It really does matter, Tina Renee, but we'll break that down in 1 second. We'll break that down in 1 second. So I use these two as an example. I don't know if y'all. I'm gonna go through these comments that y'all put on Facebook in a second. Um, but make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Let everybody know that y'all are up in here, and that we're gonna get into it in a second, man. So if everybody saw the movie, what's up, Angelia? If everybody saw the movie Soul Food, right? There's Miles and Faith here. So Faith is the cousin, and Miles was married to Vanessa Williams' character, who was one of the sisters. Now, Miles ended up smashing Faith in the studio room up against the window. And then his wife came in and caught him. But since she had the kid with him, she walked out. Now, and everybody would say that Miles was completely out of pocket and he was the one that was wrong in this situation. But does his reason for cheating matter? Does it matter because he was just now starting his music career and his wife wasn't supportive? His wife was also probably withholding out on the box from him. So he was vulnerable. He found himself in a vulnerable position and bumped into another creative because Faith was a singer. So they bonded over that. And they had, I mean, she's a cute girl. So they had a mutual attraction and connection over what they bonded in. And a lot of times y'all be not seeing that is a thing, that when you're with a person, you should have some things in common or a connection that, holds that attraction together. So even in this case with Miles and Faith, do y'all still think that the reason that Miles cheated doesn't matter? Because I'll see a lot of people say, "Oh, cheating is a deal breaker. Cheating is a deal breaker." But y'all been with somebody that's cheated before and stayed with them, so there's a biasness there. It's a biasness there. You pick and choose who you want to put your rules on. So if you like somebody, if you care for them a lot, then certain things you'll be able to get over. I also hear people say all the time, "Oh, but the man couldn't take it if it was him. The man couldn't take it if it was him." I've seen people in my circle take the utmost disrespect when it comes to cheating. So I'm not going to say the man can't take it. But my question in this specific example was the reason that Miles cheated was because his wife wasn't supportive and he found a connection with Faith as creators. Yeah, they both was wrong, but would you not want to know the reason? That's what I'm trying to ask. The reason still matters because y'all think that it's one blank canvas thing. Like if somebody cheats, the reason matters because some things can be fixed and some things can't. The reason that people cheat, some of these things can be fixed or prevented if you know the reason. Yeah, the reason does matter. Yeah, cheating is wrong on all levels, Janine. I'm not condoning cheating. I'm saying that as a grown up or just as a human being in general, we have to start finding some understanding and why people are doing the things that they're doing. What's up, Ish? I see you in the chat. So I'm gonna well, before we get into the comments from Facebook, I'll bring up this other situation. I'm not saying that you could fix that because yeah, they were family, so that was an extreme violation. But my question on fixing that was maybe if his wife would have been more supportive of him, this wouldn't have happened. That's why the reason matters. So if you understand and know your person, the action could be prevented if you know the reason. So if his wife would have been more supportive, more understanding, um, probably even more affectionate, that probably would have never happened. So I do believe that the reason does matter. All right, so in this other situation, we have Eva and Charlie. If y'all haven't seen this movie before, it's one of my favorite movies. It's called Perfect Match, and it's about Terrence J stars in it along with Cassie. I might say that Cassie's performance in this movie may have been one of the reasons that she got fucked up in that video. And we're not condoning that either, but she was great in the movie and super sexy and all over Terrence in the movie. So just pay attention to the story, man. Listen, if y'all haven't seen the movie, it's called Perfect Match. And Terrence J was a photographer. He was used to being a player. He had a lot of girls, X, Y, and Z, and he bumped into Cassie, who was on the verge of getting married, but he didn't know this at the time. So his friends challenged him to pick one girl and try to settle down, and it happened to be Cassie, whose name was Eva in the movie. So she was basically on her last hurrah before she got married. So when he found out that she was about to get married, he was heartbroken and he asked her why or what was her purpose. Because I always tell y'all, there's always purpose and reason in everything. She told him, I've always been in a relationship my whole life. I've only probably been with one or two guys. I just wanted to get these things out of my system before I got married. So I'm not condoning that or saying that's right either, but she wanted to get her shit off before she got married. It happens. We're gonna stop acting like these things don't happen, people. So it's not a man, as you can see, it's not a man or a woman thing. Um, yeah, it's not a man or a woman thing when it comes to cheating or the reasons. Her reason was she needed to get some experience or explore before she settled down and got married. Now, she probably should have told Charlie ahead of time that that's what she was on, but when she met him, they had a conversation and they both said that we was gonna keep it cute, we was gonna keep it casual, we're just friends, we're just smashing, just a situation. This is not a relationship thing. Yeah, these things do really happen, man. So in this instance, do y'all think that the reason matters when it came to what Cassie did in this movie, or that reason doesn't matter either? Y'all let me know, yay or nay, in the chat and in the comment section. All right, let's get into these comments because y'all was on bullshit as usual. y'all was on bullshit as usual. But we'll proceed. I did do a poll on my YouTube channel, so let me see if I can find that real quick and see what the poll said. Let me see if I can see what that poll said. I think the poll was for the reason mattering. All right, so the poll says 80% yes, the reason matters, and I would ask why. So y'all let me know in the chat why y'all think or why you wouldn't ask. You just don't care? You don't think it's something that you could fix? The YouTube poll said 80% yes, the reason matters, and I would ask why. I see you in the chat, Tina Renee, saying it still doesn't matter to you. But why does it not matter to you? What if these are conversations that you both been having between each other and it was something that could have been avoidable, but you wasn't listening? So does it not still matter? Do you not still love the person? You know, y'all do know that there's a difference between sex and love, that you can separate that. I mean, everybody can't do it, but some people can. So it's not, you can't say if a person cheats on another person, they don't love that person. That's not true. But let's get into these comments. All right. I'm not going to read the names. I'm going to just read the comment. So the first person says, the reason is irrelevant. However, I will do my part in making sure we communicate and fix it. So yeah, so she's saying that the reason doesn't really matter to her, but she would still try to fix it. So I guess you still will want to know the reason. That's how you fix it. Yeah, that's how you fix it, man. All right. I ain't gonna read all these. I'm gonna just pick some out, man. All right. The next person says, I'm not asking shit. I'm gonna just go ahead and get my lick back. Are y'all in approval of the cheat back? So now we're in approval of the cheat back, but we're not in approval of the reason. We don't care about the reason. So this person saying that the reason doesn't matter, I'm gonna just go get my lick back. Which that's a toxic play. Y'all ever heard two wrongs don't make it right? I mean, what are we doing? That's what we doing. That's what we doing. So I wouldn't advise that, because you think you get your lick back, and a lot of times you're not emotionally equipped to handle that, and you don't know how you getting your lick back that other situation could develop into something that you didn't want. So it's too many variables and just getting your lick back. But if you can handle it, hey, do it. Do what you do. Do what you do. Do what you do. I seen somebody else saying, for sure they want to know the reason. Yeah, I think it's super important that you do know the reason because a lot of these things can be prevented or fixed if you listen or find out the reason. Y'all so quick to just say, no, a violation is a violation. That's crossing the line. It's over. It's done. No, it ain't that simple. Especially when you love somebody X, Y, and Z. It's not that simple to just walk away and say the reason don't matter. Everybody's been with somebody that they've either cheated on. Y'all want forgiveness and to be able to explain yourself when you cheat, but you don't want to do that. We got to stop. I thought this was the year of truth. We got to stop with the hypocritical, one-sided bias shit. When is that going to stop? All right. I see somebody else saying, I definitely would want to know, even though it's disloyal and disrespectful. I still need it for my peace of mind. Man, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. Let's see what else we got here, man. Yeah, I think it's a mixture of people saying that they just want to know. A lot of times when you don't know, that's when it starts to play on your self-esteem or your ego or your self-worth, and you start thinking that you lack somewhere or what about you wasn't good enough. And sometimes somebody could have just wanted something different. It really wasn't even personal about you. Yeah, sometimes it is hard to walk away, Janine. Um, this is a good point right here, Angelia. Some people are just cheaters, and ain't no fixing that. I'll agree with you to a degree on this, and this is why I want to make this a point of saying that the reason does matter. Now, you could have a person who is a habitual cheater who this is what they do, then yes, there is no fixing that. But also, maybe that person could be a sex addict. So maybe they need to go and talk to somebody and sit down and get some counseling and see why they can't chill the fuck out. So there is still ways to round that about. Now, you might have somebody who's not a cheater, but just happened to cheat one time. That don't mean they always going to be a cheater. You got to find a reason and fix that so we can move on. I can't. Now I'm getting my lick back because I'm not getting emotionally attached. That's a fucking lie. People always say they're not getting emotionally attached. And this is how you can find out if you're getting emotionally attached or not. If you weren't getting emotionally attached, you wouldn't care about getting your lick back. You would just go on about your business. You would just go on about your business. It wouldn't be emotional. You would just go on about your business. And if it's not emotional, why do you care if they cheated? All right. Janine is saying I'll be watching you with my third eye and my trust level is going to be low. Now, this trust thing is also a huge factor when it comes to cheating. And I think that also plays into the reasoning too. Now, can I trust you once I tell you my reasoning to fix it? Or we're working on this. So now if trust goes both ways. That's the part that people be forgetting. Trust, motivation, all these things go both ways. So can I trust you to now work with me on the things that I want and need? Therefore, you will be able to trust me because you're doing the things that I want and need. Nah, I'm petty. A lot of people are petty. I'm petty as well, but sometimes you have to raise your ego above the petty and like look towards understanding. Because everybody can be petty every day, all day. I enjoy being petty myself, but that's toxic and we can't stay there. Like you can't live in the petty. You can't live in the petty. Janine says I'm an emotional person. That's what I'm saying, Janine. People be a lot of other people be saying that they're not emotional, but you could tell that they're emotional by their responses. What do you mean by this, Angelia? I don't care how much I love them. Does that mean if you don't care how much you love them, you could just you a serial killer? You're just gonna cut them off. It's over. It's done. See you. Hasta la vista. See you later, sucker. That's what we doing. Nah, I go ahead and cheat first. See, this is the toxic shit that we gotta stop. This is the toxic shit that we gotta stop at some point. And if you're going into situations feeling like I have to cheat first, why even go into the situation? Or why not establish that we're not together? When we together, we together. When we apart, we apart. Why put it in the phrase of I'm gonna cheat first? We gotta stop people. What's up, Lady B? I see you in the chat. Tina Renee says she tried and it didn't work for her. What didn't work for you? Let's get to the core of what's going on. What didn't work for you? Yeah, sometimes it is better for people to be single, at moments and times. I wouldn't suggest that for a long time, but I would say sometimes it is important for you to be single, to gather your bearings and learn yourself and learn your triggers and just focus on the things that you need to do for yourself. What's up, Loretta? I see you in the chat. This is a good one right here, man. Lady B. Why cheat when you can leave and be sweet? First of all, I don't think you're being sweet if you leave, but I'll break this down real quick, man. So, the reason why people don't cheat, why people don't just leave is because you can still love your person and you want to be with your person. You just have whatever it may be, you may have a need or a want that's not being fulfilled at the time. You can be greedy and want something more, want your cake and eat it too, but you still don't want to leave your person. These are all reasons why people cheat instead of leaving, because if somebody didn't want to be with somebody, then they wouldn't be with them. But they still want to be with the person. They just, for whatever reason, have outside interests or faults. And once you find out what those things are, then you either say, look, this is and that. I like this and this and that. Or you could say, yo, you wasn't doing that, so I went out here and got that. But if you do that, I ain't gonna go out here and do that. Some things are simple fixes. I wouldn't say that's for people who don't love themselves or their person. That's not true. People cheat on people that they love, and people cheat that love themselves all the time. you don't know people's wants and needs, and you don't know like people's history, things of that nature. That's why I say you gotta find a reason, because a person could love themselves. So if a person's a sex addict, that means they don't love themselves? No, they got an issue like everybody else. Yeah, they got an issue like everybody else. Let me see if we got any more comments I want to get into. Let me know in the chat if y'all got any questions, man. All right, this one says it matters, but asking, do you think the person's going to tell the truth? So I don't bother because I don't think they're going to tell me the truth. Um that's 50-50. That's 50-50. I understand that way of thinking, but you got to know your person. So some people um are harsh and truth tellers, and some people are flat out liars, and some people are feeling protectors. So it's like, I might know the truth and I might want to tell you the truth, but I know you can't handle the truth. So yeah, in that instance, they might not give you the truth. And there's people that if you want the truth and you ask them, they gonna give you the truth. And then you going, however you handle that is however you handle it. Now the ball is in your court. And those people who are flat out liars, at these points in times, you know your person. If they a liar, if they a flat out liar or not. You should be able to know your person by the time that y'all having sex on a regular basis, by the time that y'all in a relationship or y'all live together or whatever the status is. You should know if your person is just a straight up liar. I mean, you should just know that by now. Yeah, Diana, it could be a sickness. Some people are sex addicts. Some people are sex addicts, just like some people are crackheads. Some people, whatever the fuck they are. Let's see what's going on here. What Tina Renee did. She said, I told one person I was in a relationship with that I needed sex and he wasn't providing it. So I'm not going to keep on holding on to that situation. All right. This is a good building block. All right. So when you told this person that you wasn't getting enough sex, what was their response? Did they say they'll work on having sex more, or did they say they understand if you have sex with other people, or did you just say, I'm gonna just do whatever the fuck I want to do because you ain't handling your BI? What was the conversation? Because this is a good conversation starter. This is a good conversation starter. So if you tell your person that, what does that mean, Tina Renee? If you tell your person that y'all not having enough sex, now the ball is in their court to change or modify or compromise. And then this is what I'm saying. These are the reasons right here, people. This thing could be fixed. This is an easy fix. This is an easy fix unless it's a medical issue. And then that has to be a conversation of, yeah, what if somebody has a medical issue and you still want to be with them? See, this is why I be trying to tell y'all. Cheating doesn't always mean that the person should have just left. Maybe you're with somebody that has a medical issue, but you still need your sex on the side. Are you supposed to fucking sit there and starve because they have a medical issue? When you hungry, don't y'all go eat? Or do you wait for this person to feed you all the fucking time? No, you go fucking eat. So these are all conversations. I don't think a lot of people want to be in open relationships. I think that just makes more sense for a lot of people. I think open relationships make more sense for people. Because you could want to be with somebody who don't have time to be with you. So y'all have an open relationship. I see you when I see you. And when I don't see you, I see other people. Because what are the benefits of marriage, Lady B? What is the benefit for a man in marriage? This is what I'm saying, Angelia. If it's not medical and your sex drive is just higher than theirs, that's a conversation. So the conversation is, hey, I like to have sex a lot or more than you. Can we meet in the middle? Or I got to do what I got to do. Now, do you want to still be with me, or are we going to be together and I do what I do outside of this, or do you want to break up because you're not meeting in the middle? These are all compatibility. That's why I always hate when people say opposites attract, because no, the fuck they don't. It's not sustainable, because if I'm over here and I like this and I want this and you don't want this, sooner or later that's going to clash. Sooner or later that's going to clash. Why did he try to, or how did he try to make you feel ashamed? Did he like call you a hoe or something? Did he say you was a freak? How did he try to make you feel ashamed? Yeah, lady. I mean, Tina Renee, let us know, how did he try to make you feel ashamed? Lady B is saying people only want sex and not loyalty, or they don't want to build. Yeah, there are some people um, in this book. And once again, these are conversations. And yes, this is what y'all was going to say. Yeah, but people lie. People's patterns don't lie. People's actions don't lie. If you follow their actions, if you observe their patterns, you can see when they're full of shit. And you can easily say, all right, this is not something that I want, or this is something that I want. Just look at their patterns, observe how they're moving, watch their actions. That's a conversation. All right, he said that's all you wanted. All right, so how is that making you ashamed though? Like if somebody says, yo, all you want is sex, or all you want before is sex, that's shameful? Can we stop putting shame on sex? Are we not grown-ups? Do we not enjoy sex? If, even if that is something that somebody, that's all they wanted, what's wrong with that? Okay. Yeah, Lady B is saying she's rather be left alone than to be deceived by lies and deception. I get that. I understand that. So once you peep the lies and deception, just leave the person alone. Then the problem here is that when people find themselves in these situations, they don't leave the person alone. So if you know that this is something that you can't handle or you're not built for, then let it go. Yeah, then let it go. It's always your choice. You choose, yo, do I love this person enough to deal with their bullshit, or do I don't want to deal with their bullshit? It's always a choice. It's always a choice. What's up, Ish? Um, Tina Renee said he asked me if I wanted to treat if I wanted him to treat me like a whore, and I said yes. I can't. I can't. All right. So once you said yes to him treating you like a whore, did he oblige? Like, was he with the shits, or was he like a free cat? Was it him? He wasn't built for it. Maybe he wasn't built for it. So y'all gotta understand. Sometimes the nigga don't be built for the shit that y'all be trying to put on. Sometimes niggas got their own issues and they can't keep up. So he just ain't the nigga for you. He just ain't the nigga for you, man. Yeah, he just ain't the nigga for you, man. Not y'all loving it. I can't. I can't. All right, let me see if I got any more comments over here I want to get into. All right, this one says, yes, I would ask why, because it's fair to your person, the reason behind it. Why'd you do it? Was it a fantasy? Was I not good enough? Um, yeah, sometimes the person do gotta ask themselves why. That's why you gotta ask them why. Yeah, that's why you gotta ask them why, because sometimes they don't even know why. So once you propose the question, then that should click a light bulb off in their head to even ask themselves why. Because sometimes people just be outside. Look, when I was a young boy, when I was in my teens, I was just reckless. I was just doing shit for the sport of it. But I always knew the reason why. I did always know the reason why, but some people don't know the reason why. Some people are followers, and some people just get caught up in situations. Some people are being a bar drunk. Y'all know those drunken nights. They end up smashing somebody they didn't really mean to do the shit. They just couldn't control themselves. A lot of people don't have full control over themselves just in general. But I would say that you still should ask the question, because that'll allow them to even ask themselves the question of why did I do it? And then it can be something simple of, I did this because this person is there for me, like emotionally. So you could fall into an emotional or a physical trap. Either one. Which one do y'all think is worse? If the person cheats because of an emotional tie, or just because physically y'all wasn't having sex enough, or he or she just wanted to have sex with somebody else? Which one do y'all think is first? And y'all wouldn't want to know the reason? You're just like, fuck it, they did what they did? Not. I don't think he was built for it. I'm freaky. I can't. But that is true, Tina Renee. Sometimes, I know a lot of girls that are doms, like dominatrix. So yeah, they be freaky to the 10th power. So yeah, they are too freaky for the average guy. And sometimes your sex drive could be higher than his. He might be somebody who works a lot and he don't really care about sex like that. That's why you gotta find the people that you're compatible with. I don't want to hear that opposite shit, because if you're with somebody that you're not compatible with, you're just gonna bump heads. It's super risky to be a serial cheater in today's day and time. It's always been risky, but even now, it's even more extremely risky. That's why it's even more potent and important to find the reason. That way, you could fix some of that shit. Not gonna say everything is fixable, but some things are. Not being a serial cheater has to be a lousy way to live. That depends. That depends on who you ask. That depends on who you ask, Lady B. That's the misconception of, a lot of times I've heard that from women. So I'll tell you to you like this, man. Listen, when I was say 15, 16 years old, right? I was talking to somebody who was like a virgin, right? So in the meantime, we weren't have sex or we couldn't have sex just because she just wasn't ready, right? So I was doing my thing. So she used to tell me all the time, like, that's just a weak, like you're doing weak actions because you should just be strong enough to wait for me and X, Y, and Z. And I'll simply say it like this: you can be a weak person not having sex, or I was mean, you could be a weak person. Yeah, you could be a strong person not having sex, or you could be a weak person having sex. That don't hurt my feelings. If you say I'm being weak, but I'm having sex, that doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm sorry. It's not my fault that you weren't ready or built for it. We were at different times. We were at different stages in life at the time. Um, I think it is still cheating when you're kids, just because you're young, that doesn't mean that your relationship isn't valid. So if you're young and we just friends, yeah, that's exploring. But if you're young and you're in a locked in relationship, I still consider that cheating because we were supposed to be in a locked in relationship. So I'm not gonna give the age thing a pass. The only thing I'll put the age on is what Lady B was saying. So like, yeah, when you're younger, you're weaker. You don't have the same discernment or discipline as you're supposed to gain when you get older. We could throw age out of it though, because people do what they do at whatever age, so it really don't matter. But as you get older, you're supposed to gain more discernment or discipline from your experiences. Why is it not the change? Why is young people cheating not the same as old people? Cheating is cheating. Y'all confusing me. What does it matter the age on it? Why is that not the same? You still cheated. You still cheated. Man. Cheating is cheating. The age don't matter to me. Y'all think? Let me know in the chat in the comment section. Does the age matter if you are younger from when you've grown? I think cheating is cheating, and I want to make sure I get this point across that I'm never condoning cheating because I've seen the effects that it has on the other person. And it's just not, you know, an honorable way to move. But do I understand it in certain situations? Yes, I do understand it. I still don't think that you should do it, but I do understand it. Yeah, I do understand it. All right, let's see if we got any more comments over here. See, some people are saying, why even ask? Because you would never be good enough for the person who's not ready. Mm, I don't believe that. Because that person may not be ready, but that don't mean that person can't get ready. That don't mean that person can't get ready. No, 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 I see you. The link is in the description if you want to pull up. the link is in the description if you want to pull up, or just log into your job if you want to pull up. Now I see you. But like I was saying, yeah, you can't say just somebody's never going to be ready because you don't know that person's capabilities. Somebody could change. It could be years down the line, and now that person could be ready. So are you just going to X them out because they wasn't ready those years ago? What if you still like that person? What if you still want to be with that person? What if you got an attraction for that person? Sometimes people got to get shit out of their system. I agree to this one right here, Lady B. Some men and women are freaks and need lots of attention or lots of action. I agree to that. I agree to that. I agree to that. And a lot of people lie in this instance too. And they say that they can keep up with you, or they say that they with the shits, and they really not. So I thought this was the year we was done lying, but I see we still lying. What point did you say was not cool, Janine? Let me know what point you're talking about. Lady B, this is a good starting point, I would say. Now, some people think if you're not married, it's not cheating. If we don't live together, it's not cheating. If we didn't say we're locked into a relationship, it's not cheating. These are all conversations that you're supposed to have with your people. So you got to set boundaries. All right, so are we just talking and seeing other people? Are we fucking and we're exclusively fucking, but you could talk to other people? These are all conversations. I wouldn't say that just because you're not married, it's not cheating. A lot of times people be in long-term relationships and it just be them two together in a solid relationship. You don't got to be married. That's a choice. That's a personal choice. But if you cheat outside of your relationship, it's still cheating. You can't say it's not cheating because you're not married. All right. Janine was saying get it out before you get into a relationship. That's sometimes easier said than done. That's sometimes easier said than done. I mean, I get it, and that's where we want, or that's how we want to move. But what if you get into a relationship and you don't know that it's still in your system? So now you want to break up? Do you just break up because you know it's still in your system? Or is that a conversation? I think all of these things are still conversations. Salute to you, Lady B. Salute to you. Have you ever been cheated on? Let me see. I don't like the it doesn't matter why shit. Because it definitely fucking matters, man. A lot of times you're the problem. A lot of times you're the problem. And if you don't ask the reason why, you can go into more the next relationship and the next situation. You continue being the problem because you never learned the reason from the last situation. So why do you think the reason don't matter? You could be a person who's super not sexual. So y'all never have sex. So you continue that cycle. You continue that cycle. Now everybody you mess with is cheating on you because you're continuously doing the same shit. That's why you gotta find out the reasons. Once you find out those reasons, then that may be something that you could fix or adjust or compromise in. You can't just say that doesn't matter. It does matter, man. What about it doesn't make sense to you, Lady B? I agree, Janine. There should be a conversation. There should be a conversation. So what if you have the conversation and all right, let's stay there. What if you have the conversation with your person and say, yo, I feel like I need X, Y, and Z. And then your person says, well, I don't give a fuck. What you supposed to do if you don't want to leave your person? You just supposed to sit there and starve? Or do you, some people bust a move? What you supposed to do? We all grown. Let's have some grown up conversations, man. You with your person, you tell your person, you have the conversation, and you tell them you need X, Y, and Z. And they look you in your face and they say, I don't give a fuck. And you say, all right, you have a talk with yourself and them, and you say, all right, they don't give a fuck. So you just sit there and starve. That's what you do. Janine, that's what it is. So you sit there and starve. So that's the selfishness. Why is there no compromise? Why is there no compromise? That's the selfishness. So you over there and you just don't give a fuck about my wants and needs, and I'm just supposed to sit here and take it. That's not a compromise. I'm not saying you gotta go cheat, but you gotta compromise with me too. You can't just say fuck my wants and needs. I don't be understanding that. Everybody don't want to end a relationship. That's the problem. Y'all too quick to gung ho just end every relationship. Every relationship don't need to be ended because you'll have a disagreement. Learn the reasoning, work, compromise, fix the fucking disagreement. How about that? Instead of just ending the relationship all the time. We can do that all day. How many times y'all want to do that? I can't. I didn't say sex was everything in a relationship. To some people it is, though. To some people it is. That's why I said you got to find a person who matches your sex drive, or you got to find a person where y'all can meet in the middle somewhere where y'all can compromise. It only becomes a thing when you make it a thing. If y'all have conversations and find out where y'all can meet in the middle, then it won't be a thing. The problem is that people are not talking. They're doing things and they're saying things to themselves or to outside people, but they're not talking to each other. Janine, I get your point. Nobody's saying to cheat. I said, what is the person to do? If you tell me right now, if I tell you I want a soda, and you say, no, I'm not giving you a soda. 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 At some point, I want a fucking soda. What the fuck? I don't be understanding. Let me see what's going on here. All right. This one says that most people cheat because they're selfish and they enjoy variety. Most cheaters don't need a reason. Some women and some men treat sex like a sport. I've heard men say they're very happy in a relationship and their woman is perfect and they still enjoy new pussy. Most cheaters are just despicable people and have narcissistic behaviors. Bottom line, I can't. What's up, Nelly? No. Hold on, now I'm trying to read the rest of this joke. This show say, I'm not asking how or why. I'm wishing him the best and moving forward with my life. There's 8 billion people in the world. I'm not settling for a philanderer. Infidelity is a choice, and I'm out. I'm not mad at her opinion, but did you love the person or no? That's the bottom line of that. It's easy to just say bye to somebody that you don't love. You can't do that with a motherfucker that you're in love with all the time. What's up now? What's the word?
Poppin', what's good?
Hey, shit. You got something to say to the people?
Say what's up. You know what I mean? I ain't want to ruffle no feathers. I don't want to.
No, you can't come up on here and just say what's up, nigga. You could have stayed in the chat, man. Now you gotta speak.
Dressed and everything like that just to come on and say hi.
No, now you gotta speak, man.
Sure, no. I caught it a little late coming on from work. I see the people comments. I seeing what people saying. You know, I always like to play devil's advocate or a little bit, or not, just to get another perspective, because sometimes when we hear one side of the story, it just be one side of the story, or when we see comment, it just be one person's comment. So
right, that's what I'm saying. That's the point of getting the reason, so you can have both perspectives into what happened. All right, now let's. I want to hear what you think about this, because we both know this is false.
It's false. I'm gonna tell you why it's false, because if you follow the show, and the show I'm talking about is Uncensored Minds, or any type of faction that, you know, the two of us have hosted on. I've said that I experienced, you know, cheating before. I actually walked in and I caught her, and I actually forgave her. I got over it. I had to get over it because I had no other choice but to. I'm not going to say it don't hurt and don't sting, because it do. Yeah. You know, you carry that, but at some point, for mental clarity and just for your own well-being, you gotta move on past it. Yeah, you're never going to forget it, but you know, you got to do what's best for you to make sure that you clear that area up so you can move forward. And the reasons why you want to clear that up so you can move forward is, one, you don't want to bring that into another relationship or another partnership with somebody else and you holding them high. But with somebody else. Two, your own sanity and your own mental health is the most important thing. One of the most important things that we can do for ourselves is having, you know, clear mental, healthy health. And without doing that, without getting over it, it would hurt you. What you doing?
All right, I see one people saying that the reason could matter, because if it was something that he communicated with me and I didn't listen, then that's a different story.
Go back to what you're saying, right? Let's talk about that. So what is the actual topic that has somebody saying that, right?
The actual topic is, if a person cheated, does the reason matter?
I mean, it's all dependent upon the person. If you feel like you need an explanation on why the person cheated, that's for you. If it doesn't even matter, if your morals and your values and how your mental makeup is, if you just say, hey, I'm not dealing with cheating at all, I could care less why, it doesn't matter to me, is a no-go, then that's for you. And no thing is right or wrong, because it's all going to be based upon what you need to clear up what you need to clear up, for whatever reason, even is to move on or even to forgive. You know, right. That's all contingent upon you. Like a lot of times, right? What I find to be in society, we are heavily influenced by other people's plight,
right,
other people's decision, or other people's story. We allow that to dictate us and run us in a way. Like, I see a lot of people's comments tonight, right? And again, we never have the second half of the story on why a person didn't move that way. Did and we'll back that person just because that be their story, and not knowing what the whole full story. So, like, I beg of us, because we say we are mature, we say we're grown, we say we are advanced. Advance your mind and say, you know what? It's two sides to each story. Actually, it's three sides. It's that person's side, and the truth. And always somewhere in the middle, the truth never always seems to blend into one person's story. So, you know what I mean? Take heed sometimes. Take heed.
All right. So what I want to say is,
a lot of bottled up shit. We ain't did this. And
that's a fact. That's a fact.
I said, nah, I'm coming in.
Look, what I want to say is, a lot of things that people consider cheating, like there's a whole laundry list that we could get to people think it's cheating before we get to sex. So You could say a person cheated if they're having emotional conversations with other people, if they're venting to other people. Some people consider that cheating. But what if I can't vent to you?
For sure. There's a lot of different things that I think people think they open about and really not open to.
Right.
Right? Because I know and recognize one of my hiccups, one of my problems, one of my, flaws is communicating effectively. Right? And the communicating effectively don't mean I don't know how to talk or articulate myself, because I do know how to do that. But I might not know how to I might be tone deaf, right? Meaning my tone get out of whack, and then and what I'm trying to say gets lost in translation, right? Because I could really have a valid point, but just the way I present it could really make a person lose interest of what I'm saying, just because of the tone or the bravado, or just the nature it was delivered, right? Also, communicating effectively means not shutting down when you get in your emotional space. Fully directing yourself to letting all of that go, and being able not only just to vent, but also to be able to relax that and be able to hear in the same sentence. Because I think we get this communication thing mixed all the way up. People think they great communicators because they know how to do this. Yeah, they fucking mouth, and they think that's great communication. No, communication is trifold. It's being able to articulate yourself, but more importantly, being able to listen. And then the third fact is, now after you've communicated your thing and you actively listen, now being able to put that thing together and come up with a solution.
Facts.
That's what effective communication looks like. Communication ain't just I'm gonna spew out all my emotions and I'm gonna spew out all my feelings, and that's just the end of the conversation. Conversations means trifold. You're hearing different ways of what that person has to say to you and what you got to say back to that person. And then after you gather all that information, now you moving according to the information that was presented to you, that you presented, and now you can put that together and say, how can I come up with a resolution?
Right.
And we don't do that. We just think that we just talking and talking and talking, and that's just communication. It's not.
Right.
It's not.
Look, I think the actual reason matters just in the sense of closure and peace of fucking mind.
Sure. Let's go back to something that happened. When I picked this up in the middle of it, of the dissertation, and I picked it up where they were talking about people. The comments in the chat were saying, I think somebody was saying they reached out to their person, and the person said, "No, I'm not that," or whatever the case may be. Right? I don't want to misphrase nobody's shit.
Right.
I don't want nobody emailing me, texting me at the end of the night saying, "Yo, you took my words and ran with it." At a certain point in a person's life, no matter what, you don't know what their story is. You don't know what their mental makeup is. You don't know where they are at in life. Right. You could bring some information to them, right? And they could tell you, "No, I'm not with that." Don't mean that they scared. I seen that, and I kind of like, that's what made me want to get on, because I seen T said, "Oh, maybe the person's scared," or I seen the comments saying, "Oh, maybe he wasn't with it." Maybe that just ain't what that nigga into.
Right.
That's and that don't make that person flaw. If that person like, this is what the thing y'all people say y'all want. Y'all want the honest truth. Y'all want to hear the person communicate. When a person communicated with you, then you want to exacerbate them. You want to kill their integrity, and you want to tear them down and tell them how they not built for that and they not that. Maybe that person don't want that type of relationship that at this juncture of their life.
Right.
Maybe that person has been outside since they was 12. If you read, One More Kiss, or if you've been out and you've been around the town, because they from wherever they from, and you never know what they could be. They could have did a whole bunch of shit prior to this. And now they looking for that settle down, that person that they could do a number of different things with, and it ain't just about that. But no, we'll sit up there and we'll cast an aspersion upon that person's name and say they weak, or they sexually not built, or they not this. That person communicated to you and said, that's not all I want from you.
Right, but that's why I said we gotta go back to being compatible. You gotta know who you're compatible with and who you're not compatible with, and you don't bash the person because they're not compatible with you. I'm just not compatible with you. That's okay.
Or the person could have been like, "Yo, I'm just not feeling you."
Right.
Hey, I could, and you know what? I might not be feeling you, but I could be the next person I get with. I could be a freak of the fucking week.
Right.
So like we so quick to pass judgment on somebody because they was honest with us. So that's why it goes back to shows that we said prior to, people don't really want honesty. They
They
want to be told exactly what they want to be told.
they
They
want to.
want to hear what they want to hear
Yeah.
that's conducive of convenient for them,
Right.
not what the truth is. Because the person told you the truth and you act and you clowned them. You're clowning them.
Can't handle it. Can't handle it.
Who couldn't handle? But when you go back, right, you gotta ask yourself, who really was the real person that couldn't handle it? Was it him, or was it
Right.
that person?
All right. So I want to make sure we stay on the point
Yeah, let's
of.
stay on the point, man, because you know me, I can get.
I want to make sure we stay on the point of knowing why it's important to get the reason. It's important to get the reason because that can help you in your future endeavors.
Do you
Even
care about the reason?
they should care about the reason.
No, do you? Do you? If like
Of
somebody
course,
cheat
I
on
care
you,
about the fucking reason. Of course, I care about the reason. What if I'm with somebody and they cheat on me because they say, I work too much?
okay,
So now when I go into my next situations, I can have that in my head, or I can take that into accountability. That in my last relationship, I was working too much. So in this relationship, if I fuck with you enough, I can might scale it back a little bit to make sure I'm giving you adequate time. Or I can pick somebody that works a lot too. So it don't matter if I work a lot.
for
This
sure,
is what the reasons matter because now you know how to move.
absolutely, I get it.
All right, now you know how to move. You got to know what the reasons are before you. That's why people keep repeating the same fucking mistakes because you're not learning. You're not learning. Like you got to learn. Like you got to learn what the reason is. Like you could even learn or see somebody's patterns or their actions, and then when you talking to somebody else, you could be like, "I seen this before. I'm cool."
Exactly.
You could be like, "No, I've seen this before. I'm cool." That's why you gotta know the fucking reasons. And people don't know, even like me, like I was raised like my dad was who my dad was. So I was raised a certain way. So even my son looked at me one day and was like, Dad, are we supposed to just be fucking cheating? And that's why you see. And these are the patterns. And I had to check myself, like, whoa. This is not what we doing. this is not what we doing. And so these are the patterns or the generational or like family things that get passed down. And you don't never know that if you don't have the conversation.
For sure. Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
And I want to ask the chat this too. Do you believe our society or our culture, not our culture, not just because our culture just relegates it just to us as African Americans,
Right.
but do you think us as people are overly sexed and we use that as a barometer to gauge relationships? We use that as a barometer to judge if we like a person. We judge that if we're going to stay in a relationship or stay in a situationship for however long. Is sex in a sense, because it has, it could be good, but
This is a great question.
Is it overly hyped?
Look, I don't think that sex is overly hyped. I think that people are blinded by sex. I think that people get blinded by sex and then they account that to love or they account that to a relationship. They account that to whatever it may be, but that was just sex. I think the problem is not that sex is overly viewed or valued. I think that most people don't have nothing else. So what if you're talking to a girl that don't got nothing for you but sex? So the sex is not being overvalued or like overrated. She just ain't shit.
But then too, when you got morals and values, and that's not all you want,
Right.
you don't. Not a harm to say, nah, I'm cool.
Right.
That's not enough for me, shorty. Like, it's not enough.
That's why I be trying to say that people gotta be more well versed. So it's like sex wouldn't be that big of a deal if you made me laugh. How about that? How about that? Like, what is your personality traits? Like, you don't even have a personality. You might only be sex. That's why it gets overvalued and like overrated, because that a lot of times that's all people are. That's all they have to offer.
And that's men, right? We talking from a male's perspective, right? That's who we are. Like, if that is what's being presented, that's all you are good for. If
Right.
nothing else is being seen within those lines, right?
Right.
And then you, as a woman, you might get upset, like you only come around when you want some, or I only can get you to come around where I only can catch you when it's sex time. But it's the presentation.
Right. What else are you presenting?
The presentation. Presenting at the beginning, that person is only going to continue to walk that same pattern going forward. And if you want them to be something different, then show something different, be something different, talk a different way, present it a different way, right? And that's it. Because in the grand scheme of things, I know we say this, and I know you got some people who are on the left wing, and you got some people on the right who say sex is in everything, and some people sex is everything, right? Sex is in everything because I need you to be more than just a pair of open legs, right? Where I can slide in and out of, right? I need you to have some substance. So if even when we're not doing that, we still are enjoying each other,
right?
We can be around each other and still coexist. We can still have years, like we could fall out and still come together because we still got a genuine interest that is tied to us and ain't just sex.
And also it's the falsehood that people present. So it's like when you meet somebody and they be in their lustful stage for you, they present themselves away. So they may present themselves and they might be acting like a freak when they first meet you. That's not really who they are though. So now once you get into a relationship with them and the shit calms down, you're like, whoa, I thought you was a freak, yo. What happened to all? What happened to all? So then when the person cheats, you look surprised. No, you not doing the shit that you used to be doing. What happened to you?
Absolutely.
People gotta stop misrepresenting themselves when they first meet people in that lustful stage, in that fake ass representative stage, and being super nice or being X, Y, and Z. That's not you. Be who the fuck you are.
Sure. Be who you are, but then to understand that people can definitely change. And people definitely can change a number of different things, a number of different qualities, a number of different things. They could see, the error in their ways, and they can understand. Some people, the light bulb goes off and say, yo, I gotta change my behavior. If I don't, I'm gonna lose it all.
Right.
Or I gotta figure it out, because if I don't, I ain't gonna have no one or nothing in life. And that's a harsh reality to actually, swallow. That's like if you keep spinning your wheels, right? And every time you look up, you are in the same situation.
Yo, I hate this. Hold on now, because I fucking hate this shit right here.
I don't even got the comments on because
I hate this shit right here. No, the man doesn't have to bring the freak out of a woman. If a woman is a freak, she gonna be a freak. A man ain't gotta bring that out of her all the time. Can that happen? Yes. Should he do those things to bring something out of her? Yes, but a freak is a freak. I hate the whole phrase of, no, the man got to do X, Y, Z. No, the fuck he don't. It's this. That's the lie right there. Because if that's you, you're just going to do it. You don't need nobody to bring it out of you. You're just going to do it.
For sure. For sure. You're going to do it in due time, and you're going to do it in your time.
Right.
Nobody can't make you do something that you don't want to do. And if you're doing something that you don't want to do, then that man just false. Is a fake facade.
You know what I'm saying?
So you falsely representing yourself. right? So then a person is going to come and expect that you're doing that, and now you can't back that up every time you come around. That's a bad joint.
That's a fact.
And then they telling you, yo, I'm not satisfied because what you started, you're not finishing. Meaning, like, let's say you might not be somebody who like to give head, but you gave it the first time or second time. That person is like, all right, shit, like that must be in that person's repertoire, and
Yeah.
they put in with that. So I'm expect that every time we do it, and when you don't, and maybe the first time you don't do it, all right, but then here come the second and 55th time, and it's like, damn, shorty, like, you false represented yourself.
That's a fact.
And the same goes for men as well, ladies. I'm
Right.
not saying it's just it's one-sided situation. If a man got to continue to do things or even try to grow within his situation, if he is for that woman, if we for each other, I'm willing to go to ends of the earth for you, and willing to do whatever I need to do to make you happy, then I gotta do the things that you need me to do.
This hold on now. This is what I'm trying to say, Lady Bay. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. If a person is a freak, they're gonna be a freak. A freak doesn't say, yo, I'm not gonna be freaky today because you didn't do X, Y, and Z. No, that's not how it works. A freak is gonna be a freak. That's what makes a person a
That's why
freak.
people gotta stop putting on these costumes.
Right.
Gotta start putting on these proverbial costumes of being a freak. Like, if one, like, you could be totally in the mood in the moment, and the moment could just bring out a whole number of different things out you, but that's not you on the regular.
That don't mean you're a freak. You're not a freak.
That means
the moment.
At a moment,
Right.
Out wow. And if everything else is exclusive to just regular whatever, that's whatever. And if you have freaky moments, that's what it is. But let's not call what it is something that just because you did it one time.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, like I was saying, man, the reasoning does matter, just for not only for closure, not only for your peace of mind. It's for learning experiences. It's for learning yourself. It's for learning that person. What if a person was like molested or something like that, and they have like emotional trauma and X, Y, and Z, or physical problems, so they resort to certain actions? If you don't know that,
I remember you having this conversation with us one night when we was over there taping.
what's up?
About this, the three of us, we talked about this, and you said something, and that brought it to my attention because I never really paid it attention like that. You said, a person that may have had some, some sexual traumas,
Right.
used at a young age or whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10 grows up and is overly sexed and needs that more than anything. And
Right.
that's where they find their comfort, and that's where they find their love. And believe it or not, there's far few that can match that same energy that person has, because that's just been a trauma that they
Right.
are healed from, or they covered up and masked it with sex going forward. And I said, wow, that's powerful.
Right.
The person that gets with them is at a disadvantage in a sense,
That's a fact.
because they can never, ever, ever truly satisfy that person.
You're never going to be there.
Right? And that just might not be the person's mental makeup, just on that vibe. And that don't make that man or that woman or that person a bad joint just because they can't satisfy it. That's just where you came from.
Right. That's why I said the reasoning matters, because not only do you need to know the reason when you're moving forward, so you can see the red flags in other people, that person needs to know, why they are the way they are.
We'll be taking the trash out, man. Let me get the fuck out.
that person needs to know why they are the way they are, so they can either move in a different direction or try to work and fix themselves. Some people don't even understand who and what they are. So if you don't ask the question, they just gonna keep doing it. You don't care. That's how people be. They don't care. Like, if somebody did something to you, you just let them to keep doing it to everybody. No. Fucking check them. Fucking check them. You just letting people continue the fucking cycles. No. Shit is ridiculous, man. But yeah, the reasoning does matter, people. You can say you don't care, and even if you don't care, it affects you in one way or another. So you can say you don't care, but it still affected you.
Thank you, people. I appreciate y'all for letting me come in here tonight.
Okay.
I don't want to take over, you know what I mean? And I want to come in and just, you know, I was yearning to get in front of the camera.
Okay. Does anybody? We about to be wrapping up soon anyway. Does anybody have any questions, people? Yeah, Janine, you should want to know why somebody cheated on you.
I'm gonna say this before I get out of here. Tomorrow for me, tomorrow is an important day. I typically don't like to tell my business, but I need y'all to help me. I am going for cancer tomorrow to see if I have cancer in an area that I've been, you know, dealing with now. And I would love for you to put some prayers up for me. I am in good spirits, as you can see. I'm smiling. I'm healthy. I'm alive. But you know, I just wanted to, I just need to find out and make sure that I am of clean and good health. So if you can just put some prayers up there for me as I go through what I got to go through tomorrow, I would totally appreciate it. Tell you, this was beautiful tonight. It brought back a lot of good memories from. Yeah. We definitely going to part 2 this motherfucker.
I got conversations, man. Next week we doing why women don't cook anymore. So I got shit on. I got shit on the board.
Coming to the couch then. I ain't going to do this tomorrow. I'm coming to sit on the couch and we going to talk.
Solid. Yeah, people, put your prayers in the chat. Does anybody have any last questions or comments as we wrap this topic up? The question was, if somebody cheated, do you want to know the reason? Does the reason matter? X, Y, and Z. Yeah, so that's what we're talking about tonight. If somebody cheated, does the reason matter? Y'all are saying no, and I get it. Like, once you feel violated, sometimes people don't care what the reason is. But if I feel violated, I want to know what the reason is. Don't fucking violate me and I just be lost in the sauce. I like to know shit. I like to know shit. Diana, cheating is a choice. I'll never go against that and say that it's not. And like I stated earlier, I'll never say that I condone cheating, because I don't condone cheating. I'm never going to condone cheating. In certain instances, do I understand it? Yes, I do. If somebody's physically not capable of having sex with their partner anymore, or not capable of being just intimate with their partner anymore, do you give your partner a pass, or you just want your person to lay there and suffer with you? That's what y'all want. You just want your person to suffer with you. Not Tina Renee. I don't care, because I'm getting my lick back. Y'all be forever talking about getting y'all lick back, and a lot of times women, y'all is the ones that can't handle getting y'all lick back. You don't look good in the lick back. That's just another nigga that fucked you. So y'all can throw that lick back shit back out there. You not making the guy mad. Like, that's what I'm trying to get across. Like, do what you got. If that's what you like doing, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But you're not making the guy mad, or you're not getting a lick back to him. You let somebody else smash you. That's not really a lick back to him. No, I wouldn't leave if I got cheated on. If I like the person, that's what I'm trying to say. If you like somebody, your deal breakers or your reasonings change. Everybody always says that because it sounds good. Everybody always says, no, if somebody cheats on me, that's a deal breaker. It's a lie. That's a lie. And y'all stay through worse. Y'all stay through verbal abuse. Y'all stay through physical abuse. Y'all stay through all kinds of shit. But cheating is the deal breaker. That's the one that you gonna pick? Um, I agree to a degree with this, Lady B. If you can't deny the flesh, that is wild. It takes a lot of discernment and discipline, but it's also a personal choice of why do you always have to deny yourself? Why does a person always got to deny their self? You see men doing what every day on IG, Diana? Lady B says, I will walk away and disconnect so quick. Y'all are always ready to walk away and disconnect so quick. And this is my last points on this. I see a lot of people in these Facebook comments that I know personally who's saying it don't matter. They cheated, X, Y, and Z. Nobody cares about the reason. And guess who all of these people are? Single, single than the motherfucker. So you want to keep running around with your high horse and not wanting to learn or wanting to know reasonings and not wanting to work on yourself or wanting to work with people, you gonna be single. So the choice is yours. Choice is yours. Now, I'm not saying accept anything, and I'm not saying accept cheating. I'm saying let's start having the conversation before it gets to cheating so we don't have to go there. That's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying for y'all to want to be get cheated on. I just said, how about we fix or talk about those things so I don't have to get to that level. That's what I'm saying. That's why the reasoning is more important. Why was the show ruined, Lady B? Why was the show ruined, Lady B? Yeah, I'll wrap this up by saying, um, no, I'm not saying for y'all to get cheated on. What I'm saying is talk to your people, have the conversations. Yes, let's have some real, honest conversations. Um, not this nigga's unfixable. Well, if the nigga's unfixable, then yes, leave that nigga alone. Or maybe he's just not the one for you. Sometimes we have to realize what's not for us and let that go. Man. That's all. Oh. Well, they are single, Lady B. Don't get mad at me because people single. They need to get it together. They need to get it together, man. People are single because they think that they're perfect. And that's not the case. I'm not even perfect and I'm great. But nobody's perfect and there's work to be done. And nobody don't want to do the work because they don't want to have the conversations or they don't want to look in the mirror. And that's what this is all about, is looking in the mirror and seeing what you can be better at and what you can help somebody else be better at. That's why I am the prophet, and my job is to, as a Capricorn as well, help educate and teach. So as a teacher, I'm going to tell you, you got to look in the mirror, because everybody has faults, and work on your faults. You got to look at your person and you have to listen and understand who they are and work with them and let them know what their faults are and listen to them as they tell you why they are the way they are so we can find understanding and compromise, people. That's what it's about. First of all, there's not a value of good women. Let's stop that false narrative. Yes, there is a shortage of men, but the value or the volume of good women is not high. It's not high. Please don't put that out there. There's more women, but they're not all good women. don't get that fucked up. They're not all good women. And the point of people not cheating is for people to be more versed as a person. Work on your. It's not just a sexual thing. Work on your personality. Work on learning things so you can talk about things more than just sex. If you're with a person and that's all they are to you, maybe you need to step your fucking weight up. Step your game up. And then they won't look at you as just sex. That's all that is, man. All right, people. This is the prophecies. We'll be back next week with why women don't cook. Y'all might hate me on that episode, but we gotta address it because I saw a lot of people in the comments saying, "No, I'm not fucking cooking," and fuck y'all. So it is what it is. This is another point of it. Y'all are saying that men are not cheating, but what are you doing to take care of your man? Or men cheat or men ain't shit, but because y'all ain't taking care of the nigga. How about that? How about taking care of the nigga, man? All right, people. Y'all have a good one, man. Deuces.